Okay.
Showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report on the Buffalo Fan Base Network. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP, from the 313, and by my side is my main man, my toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. What is going on, Mr. Mikey? Happy Monday to you. We are here, back on Mondays. It is official, moving forward. Man, what a slow day for the Buffalo Bills.
It's also been a minute since I've heard that intro.
I know, man. I almost forgot. I was like, "Oh, am I going to forget it?" Because no, I got it right.
I mean, from the woo to your intro, it's been a minute since I heard that one.
It has been a minute. It's been a while. It's been a while since we back. I think we went live on Monday, like after the draft, maybe or something like that. One show, but yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, but I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back with you. It's been a long time, man. I haven't seen you since Friday.
Saturday.
That's
when
right.
We did the 3 hour
preseason game. Yeah, that was pretty fun, man. By the way, so yeah, I'll be controlling the chat tonight. If you can see, if you see anything pop up like we normally do. So Ohio against the world. What's up, boy? Go Bills. Go Bills. That's right. Score predictions for week one.
Week one.
Oof, man, already, huh? Score predictions. I'll have to. We'll do that on
the Friday night show.
The Friday night show. Yeah. The Friday night show. Yeah,
however, early prediction, I'm going to channel my inner Scott Blakely, 99-0.
Ohio against the world says 40-14. I'll be honest with you. Every time I do something like opening week, I'm nervous on my score prediction a little bit because we always come out a little bit flat week one. I don't know what it is. Josh Allen gets a little like overhyped and makes some mistakes, right? It just seems like we never, except for the Rams game. I thought the Rams game we played really well.
We went
but
on
other than that, we
did really well.
Right, but for the most part, we've had some pretty bad opening weeks.
Clunkers on week one.
Pittsburgh Jets. I mean, not some hasn't been pretty. So, if I had to guess, I'm going to throw this out here, and I'll give another prediction, when we do our Friday show. But I'm going to guess, man, we're going to be in the mid 20s, low 20s scoring, because I don't think Curtis Samuel's going to play. And I just feel like this offense hasn't gotten a lot of preseason rep together, the first team, so it might be a little slow to start out the gate. So I think our defense will hold Arizona. But I think it's going to be something like 23-13. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the prettiest game offensively, but we'll get the job done.
And I think,
but we'll see. I'll talk. Who knows?
I don't think we have less than 27.
I'm just nervous to say it because I don't know. We'll have to see who's out there. If I'll tell you what, if Curtis Samuel plays, maybe I change my opinion on Friday night.
You'll know more in a week and a half time.
Absolutely. So
Sophia comes in and says, if we keep 6 linebackers like McD always does, then Buffalo Joe's already a Bill. I have Buffalo Joe on my predictive 53. I have us keeping 5, and I have Buffalo Joe on my predictive 53.
I think he makes it. I think he did good enough for the last 2 preseason games.
Just remember, he's a depth guy, and he's a special teams guy. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I get it. And they released Deion Jones, I believe, linebacker today. So it is. Yeah, so it's looking good for him. But whew, man, I don't know, man. We were talking backstage about Brandon Beane. I guess we'll start there. I love Brandon Beane. I love what he's done for this organization and McDermott, like, and everything. But do you feel like Brandon Beane is too safe? Meaning, is he like just wants to stay the course, and he's not going to throw any kind of curveballs out there? You know, he's not going to do anything crazy. He just wants to stick to what he wants to do. And that's to kind of play it safe for this team. Don't, you know, nothing out there that's going to make a big splash. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he plays it safe a lot since he's been here. I mean, what do you think? You think
I think he plays it safe when it comes to his trades.
And
because he has gone out and signed people for the big money. So I think he plays it safe whenever he is trading for someone. So like Johan Dotson, ideal guy we could have went and traded for. He doesn't pull the trigger. Malik Willis, we were just talking about needing a long-term backup quarterback. He doesn't pull the trigger. Those guys went for like relatively cheap trade compensation.
Right. Kami Poo coming in. He always talks about value, and sometimes you need to say, let's go for it. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Like, that's my point, I guess I'm going with. Like, I understand, like, his direction for the team, right? Like, he doesn't want to just, you know, go crazy one season and put this team in a hole and then, you know, we're done in like a year or two. I get that. I'm totally cool with that. Like, you got to be smart as well, right? But at the same time, bro, I feel like you also got to take chances. You gotta sometimes do what you're not comfortable with doing to hopefully better the team, right? And that's what the best GMs do. You kind of got to roll. You kind of got to throw that curveball out there once in a while.
Crushed when he misses.
I get it, but you know what? I rather what's that saying, right? Like, you never know until you try, whatever. Like, you
can't win the lotto unless you play.
Exactly, something like that, right? Like, I get the Von Miller thing. Yeah, he went all out there.
Kelvin
he went all out. Well, Kelvin, I don't really consider that crazy.
He gave up.
That was his first trade. Yeah, I get it.
And
I get that. I would say the biggest moves he's made would be the Stephon Diggs trade for a first round pick. Like, that was like, whoa, right? Because that's kind of unheard of for him, right? Especially giving up his picks. And then the Von Miller, where he, that was a splash, right? Like,
I think last year when he gave up a third to go get Douglas, I thought that was him going against his self. Like, his better nature was like, don't do it. And he went out and did it anyways.
I feel like he was almost had no, I feel like he had no option though at that point. Like, we were so hurt in that corner room. I almost feel like, there was no option. He had to make a move there. But I get it. Like, you're right, because I was like, damn, it's 4:15, right? Like, cutoff time for trade that. And here we go again. No move by Brandon Beane. And he goes ahead and pulls it with 5 minutes remaining, right? For the cutoff time, whatever the cutoff time was, 4:30, I think. So I'll give him that. But I'm just saying that for the most part, like, if we wind up not winning a Super Bowl, and Josh Allen retired, whatever.
Don't speak that into existence.
I have to throw this, but
don't speak into existence.
Just throwing it out there, man. Brandon Beane, we'll look back and say, what if? Like, what if he made that trade? What if he signed that player that he had an opportunity to sign? Like, there has been stuff. Why did he hoard so many draft picks? Like that.
What if he would have canned McDermott after
what if he would have
second blunder?
Absolutely. Yes, right. And got an offensive minded head coach in here that could work with Josh Allen and get that offense back on track, right? I agree with you, but we'll see. Maybe it all works out. But I'm just throwing it out there, and I'm not worried about this season. I still think we're a playoff team. I was just throwing it out there because it just seems like, man, he is very it's almost like he's just scared to take any kind of, roll the dice on it.
They have a plan. Their plan does not include what Bills Mafia thinks we should do. Like, I don't think Trubisky's a good quarterback. I just don't. Everything I've seen from him tells me that he's not a good quarterback. I would like us to go out and get a different quarterback. He disagrees.
Yeah,
he's also paid to do this, and I'm doing this on the internet.
I agree with that too. Right? Like, who the fuck are we, right? Right. I totally agree. And I'm sure there's a ton of pressure on him being a GM, right? Like, you are in charge, right? Like, you're gonna hear it from everybody, fans, media, when shit doesn't go right. I totally understand that. I just listen, Mitch Trubisky. I understand the signing, bringing him back initially, because I was like, oh yeah, cool. We got Mitch Trubisky back. He's a good, solid backup, like perfect. But man, he is really, really played awful in camp
He's got
and in
like
preseason. Then he got hurt. Yeah, like it's like, dude, like I get it, but you let Stephon, you traded Diggs, you ate the money. Trubisky's money's not, it's not like Diggs. I mean, you're gonna do it, you might as well do it there too. Bring in a reliable backup. There's one out there. Make a trade. Malik Willis was like seventh round,
Mike
dude.
White's
Come
sitting
on,
out there.
Mike White sitting out there. I'll take any of those guys. Eat
Bailey
the contract.
Zappi's gonna get cut.
Yeah, dude. It's like, so I just don't understand sometimes the logic on some of those things. But let's just hope we never have to see a backup. Okay. But man, like I don't understand. Same, by the way, same with Bass, but I understand more why Bass is going to stay. It's a big contract. We'd have to eat a lot of money.
7.4 million dead.
Yeah, that's not happening. I understand that. Fans can be mad all they want, and I'm mad. It sucks because I'm just not confident in Bass. And by the way, it's not just us, Mikey. It's everybody. I'm talking every channel that I watch besides ours, right? Buffalo Plus, Locked On. Like, bro, nobody is saying, hey, man, relax. Bass is good. We're going to be fine. Like, nobody's saying that, dude. Everyone's going, we have a problem. We have a big fucking problem.
Mad Chatter says Tommy wants John Wolford. Hooked Up Joe comes in and says you don't want Mike White. He looked like crap in preseason.
But I've seen Mike White in action. Mike White's
I'd like a better version of Mike White. I would.
Yeah, but hey, you watch your team better than me. I mean, who knows? Maybe Mike White has fallen off. I have no idea. But maybe Trubisky has really fell off the cliff. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much, if he's on that level, but whew.
I'm with you, Ohio. Just give me one. I just want one.
And I feel bad for the guy Brown. Like, we cut him quick, boy. We didn't even give him an opportunity. Why not give him an opportunity? At least something.
Because they like Danucci better. You don't like him, but they do.
Yeah. I don't like him at all. I think that's a problem.
I know.
I don't even think he fits the offensive system. Like, I just don't. But I get it. He's been there longer. They're kind of going on his 1 week seniority over Anthony Brown. Whoa. Oh my God.
Yeah, Matt Chatter. He comes in and says, I called we were screwed with Bass last year. He's gotten worse over, but I also think that's part our special teams coach. He's gone downhill since we lost Heath Farwell.
Yeah.
And that's on McDermott for keeping this special teams coach.
Smiley.
How he kept his job after the Denver Broncos 12 men on the field fiasco at the end of the game, I have no idea.
Right. I'm with you there. And even the 13 seconds, right? He was the special teams.
No, that was Farwell.
Or was that Farwell?
He left at the
okay. And then we got Smiley. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking I was Smiling.
Farwell said that McDermott put it on him, but it wasn't on him. He said that was on McDermott.
Who knows? Either way, our special teams has not looked good. And McDermott preaches special teams, right? Like that's his thing, and it has not been good. But I can't blame him for Tyler Bass missing field goals. That has nothing to do with. I understand the other stuff, right? The other side of the special teams defense and all that stuff, kickoffs, like all that other crap. But kicking the ball, like same with punting, you either can do it or you can't. Right? Like he can't go out there and be like, "Hey, man!" Like think about it. Tyler Bass been kicking probably his whole life
for years too.
No, I know, but I'm saying he's been kicking his whole life, right? Like since high school, probably college, right? Like dude should know how to make a field goal by. Like you can't. Like what is he gonna really teach him that he doesn't already know? miss like same with Sam Martin. Like when Sam Martin kicks a bad punt, that's on him. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I get where you're going, and maybe he does need to, I don't know work with him longer. And I mean, we don't know. We're not out there, but
yeah.
I would assume that he's getting a lot of reps kicking field goals. And if he's missing them, what can he do? We're stuck with him.
I don't know. Pitzer comes in and says 6 years in with Allen with this offense should be loaded, not baloney lip service everyone eats. Listen, I'm with him. All our money goes to the defense every freaking offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Like what they've put around Josh, there was like after the 13-second game, because that offense was really good. We had Steph and Sanders and Gabe and Cole.
Yeah.
After that year, they didn't really bring anybody in. It was just Steph and Gabe, and they expected them to do it all.
Yeah.
And Gabe wasn't as good as we thought he was. He didn't turn out to be as good as they thought he was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he, I don't think he took a giant leap. I think he just stayed around that 800, 850 range and receiving, which isn't terrible. Like I never thought it
disappear for games.
Yeah. He would just, yeah. And I think they expected more after that Chiefs game. And that's why they didn't probably, but that's no excuse though. You still can build around your offense better than what they have. They really have not. They've continued to concentrate on the defensive side of the ball, which continues to fail anyways. Guys are constantly getting hurt. I like our team. I like our depth. I like that we've gotten younger, but I don't know yet how far that is going to take us. Like, I don't know if these guys are ever going to be more than just depth guys. And that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the draft, because there's nobody except for, I would say, Ed Oliver right now. Rousseau, we'll see what he does this year. That has really in the draft that they drafted. Trey's gone, so I'm just saying right now, currently, that's really like, wow, right? Milano's like, I love Milano, but he's not on the field.
Pay him $17 million to not be on the field.
So where's the big time draft pick? These defenses, like, where are they except Ed Oliver? I'll say I'm going to keep Ed Oliver to the side because I think Ed Oliver is finally, and by the way, it took a little while for Ed Oliver to find his way to really, because remember, people are starting to at one point go, Ed Oliver kind of maybe first round votes, like the noise was starting to come around, but he's finally took that step, got paid. I thought he had a good last season. He took a big step, and I expect him to do that again. So, but everyone else, like Gregory Rousseau, they're still waiting on, right? They're not so sure yet. I think Gregory Rousseau could take that big step this year.
I think he's going to take it this year.
And if he does, then boom. Okay, great. There's another one that worked out. But, bro, we've been through what since he's been here? 2018, 2019, 20. I mean, there's a lot of draft picks that have come and gone or have not worked out, hurt. I mean, just like, and these are the ones he's hoarding. These are the precious picks that he doesn't want to get rid of that just don't work out, or we wind up trading them away. Boogie Basham. Yeah, you read my mind. Boogie Basham, right. So, dude, come on, man. Let's get back to the offense.
And not even just the draft picks, the big-time money we've spent. And
yes,
Starr,
right. Absolutely.
And Butler, and Trent Murphy, all these guys who did nothing but took up our money. Tim Settle. I mean, we just keep throwing more and more money at this defensive line that don't pan out. But it's all these guys like, oh, he flashed in a backup role. He could be there's no proven guys coming in.
Right. That's the
only proven guy was Vaughn.
Now I will say this. We do pick usually late in the draft. So it is kind of tough to find yourselves a stud of a player
really late when you trade out of the first round altogether too.
And that exactly. Now I will give him credit in 2023 when he drafted Dalton Kincaid. Like he finally got out of his and said, "Hey, let's help Josh here." Like that was a surprise, right? Like we didn't expect that. I wanted offensive line. We still wind up getting my guy and Osiris Torrance the second round, but I feel like he finally was like, "Hey, we got to help Josh here." And I still feel like Josh needs help. I still feel like this offense isn't quite there yet. But hey, what can you do? We gotta believe in being.
Pitzer, I wouldn't say I wouldn't put Rousseau inside of that group with Epinesa, Basham, and Elam. Rousseau has been one of our better DNs. He hasn't been a sack artist. He's one of the best run stuffing DNs in football. And 2 years ago, he had 8. Last year, he played with a fractured foot all year. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to call him a dime a dozen.
Yeah. I would let's Rousseau for sure. Rousseau, and I would say Epinesa. And I was not. I was not like an Epinesa, fanboy, whatever. Like I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was okay with him. I thought he was okay, but last season he definitely made a big step forward, and I was like, wait, okay, now there is what maybe they saw when they drafted him, because he did finally take a big step forward. And that's why they winded up paying him to come back. I think AJ Epinesa is still young. He still has stuff to prove. He got paid now, right? And I think he's a good depth rotational guy, and he may even wind up starting. And Rousseau, like I said, Rousseau, man, has such a high ceiling, bro. He's young. He's gifted athletically, and he just needs to find his way to the quarterback more. That's it. And other than that, I feel like, man, he is a really good player. And that's why he's probably going to get paid here. Yeah. But we'll see what happens this year.
So let's hit on Matt Chatter. He has 3 I want to touch on.
Yeah,
Bill's set to keep 4 D tackles. Austin, Carter, Daquan, and Ed. Those are the 4 that I have on my 53, and we'll get to my 53 shortly. Are the Bills shopping Elam? I don't think so. He's CB3. He's not going anywhere.
He's had a good camp. He's had a good camp. Yeah.
Good preseason too.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Smoot getting cut, right? No, Smoot is going to be DN4. You know,
I think it would be a mistake. Listen, I was all for trading Elam. If he had not even last year. If this year, if he had a bad offseason, bad camp, bad preseason, was continuing to get PIs. Then I was like, yo, you got to finally make that decision, right? But he's had a good camp, and he's had a good preseason. And what are you going to trade for him? What are you going to get for him? Now, if there's another corner out there that is better and they feel like it fit the system, I'll be up for it. No problem. I have no problem with that, whatever to better the team. But I don't think there's one out there and that's up for trade, not that I've heard. So it would be dumb to get rid of him.
Not only that, but they completely retooled
on a rookie deal too.
The coaching staff to help bring him along.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah. I'm with keeping Elam this year. I'll tell you what, though, if he does have a bad year or something happens to him, just cannot find his way onto the field, or he's a healthy scratch like he was last year, majority of the season, you got to get rid of him there. Then he's a waste. He's a waste on the 53. And that's why I was saying last year, if you're just going to keep, because that was my thing last year. If you're going to keep healthy scratching him, then what is he doing here? Just let the dude go give him an opportunity to play somewhere else. That was my gripe last year. It wasn't that I hated Elam. Mm-hmm. I still feel like Elam could be a good corner. But if you're going to healthy scratch him, let's get something in return before his value is gone to shit. So that's how I felt about that last year. So we'll see what happens.
No, I'm with you on that one. I felt the same way last year.
11 likes and 25 in here. Smash that like. Yeah, guys, hit that like. And if you don't like it, even the thumbs down, believe it or not, helps the YouTube algorithm. So I prefer thumbs up.
But any type of engagement helps.
But any type of engagement helps. Absolutely.
So let's quickly go around the league before we get to my 53.
Yeah, let's do it.
CeeDee Lamb got broke off today.
He did.
Today was CeeDee Lamb's payday.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knew he was going to get it. It was just a matter of when. Patrick quarterback Malik Willis got traded to the Packers.
Yep, 7th round, which is nothing.
7th round pick
on a rookie deal. Yeah.
The Chiefs reach a deal with Juju Smith-Schuster. We call that one when he got let go.
Yeah. He's back. Yeah.
Draw Mayo says Drake May's outplaying Brissett, but that's not the lone factor. I don't think they want to put him back there because that offensive line is just putrid, and they don't want to get him killed.
Yeah.
Tua says he hasn't heard from Flores. Why would he? You came out and you crapped on him. Why would he contact?
He did say something brief. I did see that Flores said something brief about like what Tua said.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of that, because did we even talk about that last Friday or no? We didn't. I don't think we even touched base with that whole Tua.
Not on Friday. You weren't there.
Saga. Yeah, I don't. Oh, that's right. I wasn't there Friday. When am I? So, bro, I'm so off. Yeah. So that whole listen, man. I feel like players are so soft, man. Not every player, but I feel like, dude, like you're in the NFL. Like this is like, put your big boy pants on, bro. These coaches are on the hot seat too. They're trying to get the team better. It's tough love sometimes. Take it for what it is. Stop wanting a player's coach and a kiss ass coach. Like I don't like that. Like even though Singletary wasn't a good head coach, I love his philosophy. I love the fact that he said what he felt. And he meant it. And it's like, it's a team game. If it's all about you, get out of here. I don't want you. I'd rather play with 10 guys. Right. So like, I just feel like, he took it to heart.
I don't know. He played under Saban. Saban's not an easy coach.
Saban did not stick around. Saban also left, right? Saban did not stick around. Saban also, I felt like, left because he didn't want to deal with NFL players and that
prima NIL money. He didn't want to deal with it. No, I'm saying Tua played for Saban at Alabama. Saban's not an easy coach.
No, I know. I'm just saying in NFL, I'm saying the reason why Saban went back to college is he wanted to deal with NFL players. Like he wanted it. But you're right. He did play for him. But listen, man, I'm happy Tua's with a coach he likes now and it's working out. But you got to take tough criticism sometimes. You got to take that. Like, it betters you sometimes, right? I don't think it was he that hard on him? Like, come on, man. Flores did.
He just bounced them around. Here's the thing. Tua wasn't who Flores wanted. Tua was who the front office wanted, and there was a disconnect between the front office and the coaching staff, and that was the end of the story. Like, so he said, I'm not playing him, and then he said, yes, you are. So Tua just kept getting bounced around.
Yeah, but that was listen. I also felt like Flores did. Flores as a head coach there got that team to play better than what they were. Like, let's be real. Like he was a good coach. Like I felt like he got thrown under the bus there, and I felt like that whole. If we're gonna be real, I felt like the owner was throwing Tua under the bus too, trying to get Tom Brady and who knew
Deshaun Watson and
it was Deshaun. Like, dude. It was a mess there. So you got your GM wanting him, or I think right, the GM I think wanted to. The owner didn't. The coach didn't. Like it was all a big mess. Then Ryan Fitzpatrick comes out blazing hot. You bench him. Like, bro, that whole thing was a disaster. Like it was a mess. Like, why would you bench a guy who's playing on top? Like, listen, I get it. Fitzpatrick, he cools down at times, but he wasn't cooling down then. So, yeah, I felt like that was a whole mess from the beginning.
The whole thing was a mess.
The whole thing was a mess.
Flores' experience was a mess.
Absolutely. But look, it's
See, I don't put this on Tua. I don't put this on Tua. You know, at the end of the day, this was a epic failure by the ownership, the front office, and the coaching staff. To put your drafted quarterback, you're supposed to be the face of your franchise. In that situation, that's an epic failure on the front office.
But I don't think it's just Tua, is my point. There's a lot of players around the league that do not like coaches.
They can't deal with hard coaching.
Hard-nosed coaches that'll call them out. Like, they cannot stand that.
Josh Rosen, one of them.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some coaches, some players that respect that. They like that. There's some players that like, okay, I needed that, right? Like, I needed that. So, it is what it is, man. That's why there is a thing called, there's certain coaches that are players coaches, and there's certain ones that aren't, right? It is what it is, man. It is what would you think McDermott? What is McDermott? What do you think he is? Players coach? Like, what kind of coach is he? Like, players coach, hard-nosed coach? Where would you line up McDermott in that? Because I think he's more of a disciplinarian,
But he's gone through some really tough things in Buffalo. That he's gotten a lot of the players' respect for how he's managed and guided them through them, with the shooting, with Terry Pagula, with Knox's brother, with the deadly storms, like how he's navigating through them. I feel like it's softened. He's been softer over the last few years than he was when he first got here. But he was a hard ass when he first got here.
Yeah, I think he's tough on the rookies, not extremely. Not extremely, but I think he is. I think he's tough. Like he'll pull you if you fumble. We all saw that with Singletary early on. We saw that with Cook early on. Elam obviously didn't even start the season. Benford did. So I get that. Like I don't even mind that. I don't mind that. But I feel like once you got that respect from him, he doesn't. I don't think he's never gonna go get in Allen's face for making mistakes. You get what I'm saying? And because that's the respect once you've been around a couple seasons and you're like, all right, he's like, all right, you know what? Like you earned it now. You know what I mean? So that's where that's at. Like he's never gonna get in Vaughn's face, not gonna get in Russell Douglas or Trey White for making mistakes, Poyer, Hyde. It's gonna be the young guys until they earn that respect from him. That's how I feel like how he coaches.
Yeah, I would go with that. Visa comes in and says, "Go Pats," but the Jets are taking the East this year. I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I mean, listen, my thing is this, man, and it's not a cocky thing. And I said this last year, and I was right last year. And I'm like, once again, I'm not trying to be cocky, but the Patriots, the Jets, and the Dolphins are all chasing the Buffalo Bills until they can prove they can win the AFC East. We're chasing the Kansas City Chiefs to get to a Super Bowl. I mean, that's just reality. And that's why I think fan bases like the Jets and the Patriots and the Dolphins, and I guess not the Patriots so much anymore, but the Jets and Dolphins, they're always got the Buffalo Bills in their mind because we're the team to beat. We're the team to finally get over that hump, right? Like that's what they're chasing. I mean, I hate
that's
to
why
say
the Bills fans are obsessed with the Chiefs because they're the ones that we have to get over.
I 100% agree with that. I do. And that's why we're like, oh, F Mahomes, fuck Mahomes. I don't really see it like that, and I don't say it like that. And that's why I never was like hating on Brady because, listen, if you're good and you're great and your team is well ran.
I hate on Brady. He ruined my 20s and my 30s.
But I can't. Just like Allen. Like if Allen ever gets to that point, just like Mahomes is at that point now, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, I know he's going to start getting it more and more like Brady was, right? Like, oh, fuck that team. It's you know that. You already hear that from other fan bases, but that's just what winning, like when you're winning.
So that's what the winning breeds.
Yeah. Hate. So it breeds. Yeah. So I've never been that type to just be like, hate on people.
I don't spew that out here. That's just my internal feeling.
No, I get it. He
ruined my 20s and my 30s. I hate him for that.
He ruined a lot of people, except for Eli Manning. He didn't really.
Yeah.
Giant fans.
Like my wife's family's from New England, area. So when they were undefeated after the conference championship, they sent me a 17-0 shirt, and after they lost the Super Bowl, I sent it back 17-1.
Oh, okay. Visa says the Belichick tough coaches are out of style, are gone out of. I don't think so. There's a few left. They are. They absolutely are. But do you want a coach like? No offense to him, but I don't want a coach like the one in Miami. Like I don't want that kind of guy. I'm sorry. Like that's not my ideal coach. Like I get it. He's having a good time, but that's not my ideal coach. Like I guess I'm old school in a way.
You don't want a really smart offensive coach.
I don't want a guy wearing, tight capri pants running around with fancy sunglasses on, like trying to be one of the boys. No, I don't. I'm good. Trust me. Have you seen the most recent picture? He looks like he's like. No,
I don't pay attention to Miami.
Yeah, it's an interesting new look for him. Put it that way. He looks like he's going to do a drug deal down south of Miami. But anyways, there is some, like, I feel like the Pittsburgh coach, the Tennessee Titans coach, Vrabel, I feel like he's one of those tough-nosed coaches. He comes from the Belichick era. I feel like McDermott isn't he's not super aggressive. I feel like Brian Dable is more aggressive on that style. He will get in your face. So there is some coaches still that are out there that are hard-nosed coaches that are from the old school.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's still a few, but now more and more, you can't have like the way Belichick coached. You can't have that unless your quarterback buys in, because they're the ones making $50 million. The owner is not gonna back the coach. He's gonna back the player when they're paying him that much money.
Chatter. We support Coach McDermott.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we? Who's we? Because I'm not one of them.
I mean, I'm
I don't trust that guy as far as I can throw him.
I trust him as a regular season. He is my Flip Saunders. If anyone knows who Flip Saunders is, he's my Flip Saunders.
The guy who's going to be awesome in the regular season and just chokes it away in the playoffs every time.
Yeah. Like he is. Like I am so confident in the regular season. It's just when we get in that playoffs, boy, it's like here we go, boy. Here we go. And that's my problem with McDermott. That's my only issue.
He's who was the Cincinnati coach?
Marvin
Lewis.
Marvin
Lewis all over.
Marvin Lewis. He's the other guy. I forgot Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
There's so many. There's basketball coaches too. There's a lot of coaches.
It was Andy Reid for a long time.
Andy Reid was talked about for the longest being a guy that just cannot.
And it wasn't until he went somewhere else that they could get it done.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. The verdict's still out on McDermott, but I as far as playoffs when we get in there, I am super nervous with him as a head coach. I just have yet to see him, get out of the pressure situations the right way. Like he is always, when things don't go right in the playoffs, he folds with the rest of the team, and you can't have that as a coach. You got to find your way, and I think that's his downfall, man. I just feel
Nora
like
Turner, Rex Ryan, they were those type of coaches too.
Yeah.
Pitzer, I'd be interested in. I don't know if I want a first-time offensive coordinator as my head coach. Like Ben Johnson, he's super, super smart when it comes to offense. I don't know what kind of head coach he would be. So I would want the Sean Paytons, the Sean McVays, one of those guys, the Kyle Shanahans. I would want one of those guys to come over if we were going to get rid of McDermott to be our head coach. After the 13 seconds, I thought we should have got rid of McDermott and brought in Sean Payton.
I agree. Like for me, if you bring in a young guy, like a young offensive-minded coordinator, coach, whatever, I feel like they have to bring in a really good defensive coordinator, like a veteran, like a veteran defensive coordinator,
like Sean McVay did when he brought in Phillips, and he made him, and so he took care of the offense. He let Wade Phillips take care of the defense until he learned, and then he learned from that guy.
Even for as much as I don't like the guy, he was a good defensive coach. Just not with us. What was his name for New Orleans? The guy that I can't stand him, but they did bring him there for a while. He what was his name? Our old head coach,
Greg Williams.
Yes, remember he was over there.
It was Sean Payton.
Yep. So I mean, say what you want about him. That defense. Yeah, but that defense. Yeah. He was a little bit too rough. a little bit.
Right? Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Should we get to my 53?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we'll start with the quarterbacks. It's going to be Josh and Trubisky. There is a chance Trubisky goes on the IR. If he does, I would expect it to be like Danucci or someone along those lines until Trubisky gets back. Trubisky's going to be our backup quarterback this year. It's just the way it is. Running backs, I have Cook, Davis. What?
Go ahead.
Are you playing with stuff back over there?
Go.
I have Cook, Davis, Johnson, and Gilliam. Do you see anybody there that could sneak in?
I
think Gore's gonna be the practice squad.
Yeah, I think Gore was like I guess the PFF, even though I'm not crazy about PFF, they rated him the best rookie running back.
He never played higher than the third team.
Yeah, I know that's my problem. That's my problem. Like, I'm not. the Gilliam thing, man, I almost feel like he's a waste of a spot because they don't use him properly on offense, but he's a special teams guy. I get it. It just sucks because if he wasn't, I really have no use for him because he's not used correctly as a fullback. If he was used correctly, I feel like, yeah, cool. Like he's an extra blocker out there, right? When James Cook has the ball or whatever, like I'd be totally up for it, but that's not what they do. But whatever. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Ty Johnson too, for me. I know Bills Mafia likes him, but I'm not overly sold on Ty Johnson, but I like him. I'm just not crazy.
He's going to make running back 3. He's a solid RB3, and he plays special teams. Gore and some of these other guys that are there don't play special teams.
No, I totally understand that. Yep.
Wide receiver, I have 6, but there's a chance we only keep 5. So I have Shakir, Samuel, Coleman, Hollins, MVS, and Shavers. I think Shavers did enough to make this squad. It all comes down to if we keep 6 wide receivers or not.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about MVS. Everyone else there is fine. But what else do we have? I'll be honest with you. What the hell? What do we have? Like what like Hamler?
KJ's the other one. That's why I didn't understand the lack of, trying to go out and get Dotson, or they're talking about Mitchie possibly being traded out of Houston. Like, why aren't we going out and trying to get one of these guys?
I agree. Because MVS, bro, I'm sorry, man. Like at first I was like, okay, yeah, he's a playoff guy, shows up, but who cares about that? Like right now, we got to get in the playoffs. Like I believe we will, but like right now, like what is he doing? He's dropping passes. He's hurt. I mean, like, dude has the terrible drop percentage, which we were trying to get rid of that drop percentage, like players off the team. Like we've been in the top 3, top 5 drop percentage over the last 3 seasons, and you bring this guy in who's terrible hands. You saw it firsthand in the preseason game he got in. And in practice, he was dropping wide. Like, it sucks that we're going to keep him, and we probably have to because of the contract. We're going to eat the contract. But, man, I would so love if they brought a trade or got somebody else that was waived that was a better option and just get rid of that dude. Eat the money. It is what it is.
Yep. To hit the comment section, Sophia comes in and says McD made the right call again. The referee liaison. Yeah, John Perry's been fantastic for us. I absolutely love that. And then Beth says, I trust White more than Trubisky. I trust anybody more than Trubisky, but this isn't about what I want. This is what I think the Bills are going to do. And say what you want, McDermott and Bean love Trubisky. They just do. And it's what they gave him for a contract shows how much they love him. Yeah. If we pass on Claypool, then we can pass on MVS. Difference is MVS has guaranteed money. Claypool didn't.
Exactly. Claypool was just
and Claypool contract. Actually got hurt and was never even showed up.
Yeah, which sucks because I do believe he would have made the team, and that might have been when MVS got released.
Yeah, or Shavers wanted to. I think he could have. Or
Shavers, yeah. I just feel like he was a better option, and I feel like he was having a strong start to the camp and OTAs and mini camp, but then it is what it is, man.
He Claypooled. It happens.
Yeah.
Tight ends, we have Kincaid, Knox, and Morris. Morris is hurt right now, so I think he might start the season on IR. It'll be interesting to see if they use Gilliam as a possible tight end 3 and use that position elsewhere. I think Davidson and McKinney are going to go to the practice squad.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Offensive tackles, I actually have 10 offensive linemen. I have 4 tackles, 4 guards, and 2 centers. I have Dawkins and Browns, who are starters. I have Vandermark, and I think Tylen Grable is going to make this team because I think he put enough good tape out there that if we released him, we would lose him.
Yeah, he had a good. Yeah, I agree with you. He had a strong camp, good preseason. Yeah, I'm with you there.
I think he's going to make the team because of that. Guards, I have us keeping Edwards and Torrance, who are starters. Then I have us keeping Collins and Anderson. Although I'm not a huge fan of Collins, I think Collins is that last guy. So if we had to let somebody go and we only kept 9, I think Collins is the guy who goes.
Yeah, he's probably on like a bubble.
Because he's strictly a guard now.
Yeah,
they don't put him out tackle anymore. And then our centers, we have McGovern and SVP.
Sounds right.
Is there anybody on the offensive line that I kept that surprises you?
Collins, maybe, because he was having a rough camp. Got a little bit better towards the end there, but it wasn't moving very well. He was getting beat a lot, seemed flat. But
is there somebody that played that you would have kept? Will Clapp?
No.
Would you have kept Clapp over him?
No. See, the thing with Collins, man, I do like
or would you only keep 9 and use that extra roster spot somewhere else?
See that would be an option. But man, I'd say the problem is though, offensive line it's so tough, man. One goes down, you really need another body, you need a bunch, man. It's such an important position, and that's why they probably will hold on to him, man. It's just it's a position like last year we got lucky, guys. Last year we got super lucky. The offense we played with the same offensive line the whole season. That is not. I think we were one of 4 teams that had that. 5 maybe. It just doesn't happen much, guys. So if knock on wood, no injuries this year because we got lucky last season. We really did. It's just that doesn't work that way in the NFL.
So looking at the offense, is there anybody on the offense that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you kept him?
That you cut or left?
No, that I kept. Is there anybody on there that you're like,
MVS,
oh my God?
MVS, I'm just not. I feel like MVS, in my opinion, should be cut.
Yeah. Okay.
He should be cut. I feel like he's done nothing. Zilch. like no, I don't think anyone could argue that. There's not.
He's going to be on this team for money reasons.
No, I get that, but I'm saying there's not one person. I feel like it's in this chat or like just outside and other like media or YouTube content that could say MVS has shown anything that proves that he should make this roster. And it's not fair. I'll be honest with you, like for guys that played better, but
KJ
unfortunately,
Hamler?
Yeah. And Hamler,
because Hamler's the only one that could really push him. That's how scarce we are on our position.
Yeah,
there.
I will say this,
understand why we weren't willing to go out and get it, people.
He did play a little better. I mean, it's not saying much, but he did play a little better. But yeah, I don't get it unless there is, because remember tomorrow's cut day, that he's just waiting around for maybe some surprise cuts or a guy he really likes without having to do a trade, and maybe he does do something like that.
You're telling me Juju Smith-Schuster wasn't better than Shavers or MVS?
I think Juju is, but I not by a whole bunch. But I also think that McDermott want that guy in the locker room.
Yeah, touche. That's another one. All right, let's flip it over to the defense. DNs, I kept 5 DNs: Rousseau, AJ, Vaughn, Smoot, and Solomon. I think those are the 5. I think at the end of Saturday's game, those were really the 5 that we probably are going to keep. I know Kingsley Jonathan is a fan favorite, but he was playing deep into the fourth quarter, which kind of tells you that he's not going to be making the team. He'll probably be practice squad.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I don't think they're worried about somebody picking him up either. I'm
not a huge fan of Smoot's game, but they seem to really like him. So
yeah, I think I'm okay with him.
Yeah. Defensive tackle, we kept Ed, Daquan, Austin Johnson, and Dwayne Carter. I did release Williams. I didn't keep Williams. I kept 5. So if we decided to get rid of Collins and use another defensive tackle, I could see us keeping Williams and keeping 10 D linemen and 9 O linemen rather than the opposite.
Okay.
I could see that switch happening. I only kept 5 linebackers, and that's because there's only 5 healthy linebackers, really. And and using healthy for Moreau is is a loose term. I kept Bernard, Williams, Moreau, Andreessen, and Ufulshulio. I can never say his actual name, but I released Braylon Spector, and I really don't think he's going to be released. I think he's going to be out of IR.
Me too. Yeah. Which BS, because I don't want to call him his name anymore. I'm done with BS
because he's always
I'm just going to call him BS because that's what it is, right? He just can't stay healthy. Like it's crazy. I was like, his first year when I saw him in preseason, I was like, whoa, this dude has a lot of energy, making tackles. Like the dude,
very
like
much
I'm like
Andreessen.
Yeah, I'm like
Andreessen just running all over.
Absolutely, and bro, I love that, right? I'm like, oh man, I hope this dude makes a team. Like I was all giddy up for him. Like, who is this guy? Cool name, Braylon Spector. Like I was like, yo, and then injury, Brant, and I'm like, okay, that's what happened. Next year, Brant. So it's like the dude can't, and then he gets healthy and gets hurt right away. So it's just like he's Glass Joe out there.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of hearing how every all season, like, oh, Spector's making, you look at, and then boom, it hurt. So it's like it's kind of a waste to talk about him at this point. If he's not going to be healthy, he just can't be healthy. And he doesn't even play. He hasn't even played in a football game. Like, he's getting hurt like these in practices. It's crazy.
Yeah. The Bills usually keep 6. So if they do keep 6, I think Spector's the 6th. Moreau's grown pull will take longer to heal than Spector's. Spector's was the healthy all through college. He was healthy all through college. He just hasn't been able to be healthy since he came into the league.
Yeah, not here.
And maybe Moreau goes on IR and Spector's that 5th guy. Because there's no other linebackers. So these are like the 5 that I came up with outside of Spector. And if they keep 6, add Spector in there, he's the 6th.
Yeah, Spector.
Like they don't have a ton of options.
BS.
Corners, Douglas, Benford, Johnson, Elam, Hardy, and Ingram. I think those were the 6 that played the best.
Yeah, I agree. Hardy definitely made noise.
He did. Hardy was actually brought onto this team and drafted as a returner. And I think he's going to be our punt and kick returner. But his defensive prowess locked him onto this roster.
Absolutely. I think he surprised a couple people too on the coaching staff, and I think McDermott
because they thought
was
he was going to be a slot, and he plays outside. He plays better outside than he does in the slot.
Yeah, no, he's definitely turned some heads. And the only thing I was concerned about was the punt return early on with where he's fielding it was the only problem I had with it, and I felt like he did a much better job
in game 3.
Yeah, so I think I guess we'll credit our special teams coach for that. Maybe. I guess.
I will credit him like you'll say BS.
Right. I mean, somebody had to tell him, yo, probably not best idea to fair catch it in the 4-yard line. Just let that thing bounce.
Sophia comes in and says, Cover One insider say Hardy is currently injured. SC joint out 2 to 3 weeks. Hadn't heard anything about that.
Oh, yikes. I mean, if it's true, I mean, it doesn't. It's the Buffalo Bills, baby. We are injury prone, man.
We don't have any other corners that I'd be willing to put back into that rotation either. Like, honestly, I don't. Like, there's no other corners. Brown was horrible. All those other guys, they weren't very good. Corey Couch was the best, and he got toasted on Saturday.
He looked terrible. Yeah.
Roy comes in and says, I don't know about Collins. Collins is my O-line 10. You can take or leave him. I just think they went with 10.
Yeah.
Couch, I watched him a lot on Saturday. He did not look good on Saturday. And maybe he just had a bad day and he looked good previously and I just didn't pay attention. But everyone was like talking him up. And like I saw him in that game, and man, he looked bad in that game. But the whole secondary looked bad in that game.
They're getting torched, man. We made that they made that quarterback. What was his name? Plummer. Look like Joe Montana out there. That dude, the dude. Though the guys were wide open as well. Wide, bro. The space they had, and I almost want to feel like that's a little McDermott too, because that's what he always does. That's how our corners play. I don't get it. I don't. It drives me bonkers, man. 3rd and 12, we're giving them 7-yard. Cushion.
With the game on the line, 3rd and 12, the game on the line, and we give them 15-yard cushion, and they run a comeback and get it.
I mean, it's like, dude, come on, man. It doesn't work. Start being a little bit more aggressive on long 3rd downs. You don't have to be super aggressive, but damn, dude.
And then safety, I have Rapp, Edwards, Bishop, Hamlin, and Lewis. I will give Lewis credit. Although I'm not the biggest Lewis fan, because he can play anywhere. He's just not super great at any one thing.
Now, DeMar's
he's healthy.
Hurt, right?
Yeah, DeMar's hurt. Bishop's coming back, and Edwards is coming back. But Lewis is healthy, man. He stays healthy, and he plays. And I got to give him credit for that.
He does, man.
And he's not horrible.
I don't hate on him. I think he's I feel like he's a little like Johnson. We had Johnson a few years ago. Jaquan Johnson.
Oh, don't.
I really do. No,
Johnson was
Johnson
bad.
See, I don't think he was that bad. I think he was okay.
He was horrible.
I thought he was okay. I never had a
I did
problem with
not.
Jaquan Johnson.
I
didn't
did.
have a problem.
Of course,
He was
not.
on the team
He was a
couple years ago.
U. You
That's
love
right,
your
baby.
Miami guys. That's why
That's right.
he was bad.
That's right.
Tell me he was bad.
I really didn't think so. I'm sorry.
No.
I disagree.
We can agree to disagree on this.
Wow.
You love your Miami guys. It's okay. And then we have Bass, Martin, and Ferguson. And if I had my way, I'd fire Bass and Martin.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Can't. Yeah, unfortunately can't.
So looking on the defense, is there anybody that I kept here that you're like, ooh, I wouldn't have done that?
Nah. I think everybody there is about right. I'm good with that. To be honest with you, Moreau is Moreau, whatever. He's a vet. We need vet. We need as much right now. We need as much linebacker depth as we can get. The pass defense isn't the greatest. He is Dotson 2.0. But it is what it is, man. I am worried about our linebacker. I'm not gonna lie. Like when Milano went out, that's a problem, man. Like I like Dorian Williams. I'm interested to see what he does this year. But last year, pass defense was shaky, bro. Really shaky. And I didn't see much of him in preseason, so I can't really tell you, like, you know what I mean? Like we don't know. I guess that is the biggest question mark, man. It really was. It was I would say safety still for me. In linebacker, when Milano went down, like it was safety to begin with, but now it's those two positions. Those are like,
so does
boy,
it
and if Bernard goes down too, oh my god, dude, we're doomed, bro. I don't know.
Does it surprise you we didn't put more emphasis on the linebacker position in the draft, knowing how bad it was last year?
Absolutely.
Like we took Eddie U in like the 5th round, and that was the first time we touched linebacker.
Absolutely. Like I'm very surprised. Considering Milano's history, like, and not only that, him bounce, like we didn't know he was still kind of working his way back from the leg injury, right? Like he wasn't even 100% yet. He was still kind of like, remember they kept saying at camp, oh, he's getting there. Like he's you can kind of see his leg. Right, he didn't play yet, but you can, he's moving. You can see, he's not a. So I was like, okay, maybe week 1 he'll be good to go, and then boom, just like that, dude. Yeah. And I guess the only positive note from this is he'll have more time to rest from his leg. You have more, maybe when he comes back, he's 100%. But yes, I think either they should have addressed it in free agency or the draft. And once again, it's like we're skipping positions that I feel like is a need. And I know Brandon Beane doesn't always draft for needs; he drafts for best player available. But I feel like sometimes you have to, bro, because you comes to a point where like we're running thin. I mean, last year we ran into the same issue, and it's like we didn't learn our lesson from last year, and now we're going to be calling up guys again. And God forbid if somebody else goes down, out of retirement to come play because we have nobody else to choose from. It's just not a good spot, man. I feel like he might be fumbled the ball there, let's just say.
Okay.
Should have addressed it.
Pitzer comes in and says we lost the punt god to KC. Martin's below average. Yeah. We don't need to get Tommy back on that train.
Oh, dude, I'm so pissed about that, bro.
Yeah, we don't need to get Tommy back on that train. He's been bitching about that for weeks now.
That was totally mishandled, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Then Roy comes in and says, I'm one of the few that has Kingsley Jonathan as a cut. Who else? Who would they have removed for Kingsley? Kingsley played deep into the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
You don't normally play deep into the 4th quarter if you're going to make this team. And I'm not sure what of the 5, unless you're going to cut Smoot, and he has the ability to shrink down and play D tackle. So I just can't see them doing that.
Yeah, I don't either. I wonder.
Roy, before you get that,
go
Roy, if you can tell me who of the 5 that I have that they removed for Kingsley, that'd be great.
Yeah, I do wonder though if Beane trades away a player. He likes to do that. Now, mind you, guys, let's pump the brakes. We're not bringing anybody in. He doesn't like to do that.
No, he trades them away.
Trades them away for stockpiling his draft picks. So I am curious if there is a player or two that he does wind up getting rid of just for some more draft picks that he loves to have.
That don't make our team.
For a 6th round draft pick. Right, one of our 20 million draft picks that we're going to compile.
So they have 6 6 DNs. They released Shavers and went with. That seems a little shaky for me, because if MVS isn't healthy, Curtis Samuel isn't healthy, and you're only running 5 wide receivers, that means you have Shakir, Coleman, and Hollins.
Yeah, dude, that's not
great going into week 1.
No, not at all. Not
because
at all.
Even if Samuel suits up for week 1, he's not going to be 100%. And what happens?
Listen, I'll be honest. I don't think they should suit him up. I think Arizona's a winnable game. We play the Dolphins the following week, which is
not even a following week. They put 4 days later.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 4 days later. It's a division rival. Important game. Let's have him out there that game. I'm just throwing that out there, especially if he's not 100%. No, there's no need. There's no need. So that's just my opinion on the situation, because Turto is like, man, from everything I heard, it's terrible. Like, it hurts.
Anything with your toe, really anything with your feet hurt, man.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's why, like, a lot of these injuries, like Claypool never came back. You just can't. It takes a long time. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how long this has been lingering for Curtis Samuel, but clearly, it's bothering him enough where he might be out. He might even miss the first 2 weeks. We don't know yet. We have no idea. So no, I'm not getting rid of a receiver, man. You have to have him.
It'll be interesting. And I know you agree with me, Roy. It's just some of these people who keep these, I'm like, are they thinking long term? And I don't know if they are. I mean, if everyone was healthy, I could see that happening. If all these guys were healthy, I could see that happening, but not everybody's healthy. So I'm just trying to think of how they would play the shell game on the board. So it'll be interesting to see how it says. They say that Shavers could be a practice call up for a couple weeks. If they could play that game too. But they could also do the same thing with. Are they going to dress 6 DNs, or are they just going to keep the guy on the roster to not give him a jersey on game day?
Yeah,
that makes 0 sense too.
I honestly, if it was me, and I'm sure he'll be doing this, I would, you're going to wait for the waiver wires to hit. You're going to wait for the players to get cut. I'm telling you, there's going to be some surprise cuts because they couldn't trade for him. Right? Because normally, one of them. Yeah. So just throwing that out there, that sometimes we're like, oh, 53 set. It's not always set right away. Yeah. There's going to be some guys that make it and they're gone like day or two later because they found somebody else they like that could fill the position better. So I'm hoping there is a receiver out there that is a better fill-in than freaking MVS. And we can go ahead and grab him.
Look at Lindsay's comment. Lindsay's comment right there gives you somebody.
Yeah. Let me pull that up here. Denver released Tim Patrick. Yeah, absolutely. I would. Absolutely. And I'm sure there's going to be more. That's just one option. Yeah. So let's just wait and see what the cuts come through. But I will say I will be upset if there's players out there, even just different positions, linebacker, safety, like guys that like positions that we feel like we could need a little bit extra help. And Bean doesn't do anything. He stands still. Like I will be a little like pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, because you have to eventually. You can't just stay the course, bro. You have to make some moves.
Not with the back end of the roster the way it is.
Right. You have,
and the injuries you have to find upgrades.
You have to. And even if that is a trade, even if you're scared a player could get away, that will be signed, let's say, and all you have to get rid of is a 6th round or 7th. Do it. Like, what is a big deal? Like,
the chances of that 7th rounder making our roster isn't great.
It's slim to none. So,
and let's be honest, he's gonna trade in the draft anyways and pick up extra 7th rounders.
Absolutely,
he does it every year.
So, just you got to better this team, man. You got to better this team somehow, some way. And I feel like there's going to be players out there for us to pick up. It's just a matter of Brandon Bean, pulling the trigger, man, making it happen. Doing things he doesn't want to do.
Wyatt Davis was just released from Cleveland. I think he's a better guard than Collins.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like, just look, and I'm sure he will. Like, I'm not saying Brandon Bean won't. Like, I love Brandon Bean. I think he's a great GM. I just hope he doesn't get gun shy like he tends to do here and there. and feels like this roster is good enough. You know, like that's what it is to me. I feel like he's set on the roster sometimes, and certain players, and McDermott. I think it's McDermott too, big time McDermott. Like, you know, we go back way back in time when we talk about the guy we could have got rid of, the edge. What was his name?
Murphy,
because he was a McDermott guy. Like, I mean, dude, like everybody saw his production wasn't there. It was clear as day. Same with Star Lotulelei. Clear as day. You had your opportunity to get rid of him, but you felt like, oh no, we want these guys in now. Like these are the coaches guys. Like we can win with these guys. No, you can't. Like, no, you can't. You can't. Stop doing that. Like, just go after the talent, man. Stop always going with the McDermott guys, like guys that fit this team. It's stop. Like, I think we're done with that. Like, you know,
I hope we are. AJ Klein came back.
God, too many times.
Roy comes in and says, why does Tim Patrick not have any stats for the last 2 years? Is due to injuries.
Yeah. And that's probably another reason why they're Yep.
That and his contract. So they probably was not worth the money when you have back-to-back years, which concerns me that Milano doesn't come back this year. He may be gone next year. Can't pay $17 million for a guy who can't stay on the field. We saw it with Trey this year. We said goodbye to Trey for the same thing.
Yeah, and it sucks because I really like Matt Milano. I do, man. I think when healthy, he's a excellent player, man. But man, like Mikey said, man, you got to be on the field, bro.
Yep. Roy says, oh my God, I was the guy who insisted we keep Murphy that season. What a bonehead.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, no, I was so mad. We wasted $8 million. Could have got out of it for nothing and saved $8 million and said we gave it to him to do nothing that whole year.
To do nothing, bro. He was like healthy scratch for half the year, bro. He was so bad, and we just kept paying him. It was crazy, bro.
Butler was the same way.
Yeah,
Star was the same way.
Terrible. Yeah,
you just keep
Star gave us like one good year. I think he gave us one good season.
Butler gave us
I think Trent did too, right? I think Trent did give us one. Decent.
No, he was good the year he got hurt, and we never got him back. He gave us one good game, and it was against Baltimore.
I thought he had like playoffs. Okay. Oh well. Listen, man, it is what it is, but we got to. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow with all the cuts. That I will say, and I just hope Brandon Beane doesn't wait too long to pick up some of these guys that are going to be scooped up mighty quick, because there's going to be guys that are scooped up quick off the waiver wire. So I hope he gets on the phone and makes it happen, because I am concerned. I'm not going to lie, guys. Like, I still think it's a playoff team. I still think we're I don't think we're a
Super Bowl contender right now, unless.
But yeah, right now,
kind of heater.
Yeah, I can't. Exactly. I got to be real, right? Like, we can't. We're not Homer Channel here.
The roster doesn't scream Super Bowl contender.
Absolutely.
Now, could it look different come playoff times? Yes, guys gelled into the slots they were supposed to be in, and it looks better than what it looks like on paper today. But on paper today, it tells me I don't see Super Bowl contender.
No, neither do I. I see a very young defense now. Mm-hmm. Very, very ripe. Like a lot of question marks, really. And then on offense, I see a young core, of receivers too, with Kincaid and still trying to find his way, which I think he'll have a good season. Shakir, we'll see. I think he'll have a good season. But once again, this is what I think. It's still not proven yet, right? And Keon Coleman, we don't know yet. Right. And so it's under Joe Brady, new offensive coordinator. We haven't seen the offense yet. We don't know. Preseason showed us nothing because he's not going to show us his cards. So that's why I can't really. And also, too, our running backs, I'm not totally sold on James Cook. They have a lot to prove for me to, I guess, say they're a Super Bowl contending team. Yep. Right. Like I'll know. I'll put it this way. After like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we'll know.
I'm saying week 10.
We'll have
after week 10. I'll have a better.
Feel. I mean, we'll have some sort of an idea of what this offense is looking like by then. Like, I think by week 4, week 5, it should start coming together. It shouldn't take the week. Put it this way: if it takes the week 10,
I meant for our team.
We're screwed. Oh, okay. I'm talking about things to come together. Yeah. Like the offense. Yeah. Now Keon Coleman's working. Like Joe Brady's system's perfect for Josh Allen. And everyone's doing their job. There's no fumbles being made by James Cook, right? He's catching the ball out the backfield. There's no drop, like little shit like that. Like, yeah, then we'll be rolling. And if the defense, I think, I would say, if on both sides we're calling, I would say the defense is probably our biggest concern right now altogether.
Yeah, we don't know what it is. We don't even know who's going to start right now on some of these spots.
We have no idea.
Well, last question I'll bring up here for you is anyone on our team that Bean might get a day 3 pick for? Only one I can think of is at the DN spot, because we're loaded at the DN spot. That's the only spot I can see us trading some guys. You know, maybe they decide to move off a Smoot and get a day 3 pick for him, or they decide to see if they can flip Kingsley or Klein. But outside of that, no, I don't think so. Maybe MVS, if someone wants the MVS, you know, speed, and we don't want him. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's not a whole lot out there for us to flip.
Yep.
Maybe Collins, or one of the, you know, maybe Will Clapp for 7th. Someone wants him and doesn't want to go wait for him to be released.
I don't think there's anyone that I don't think he makes a move like that. Like, if we're gonna make a move, it'll be a small guy. It'll be like a guy for a 6th round pick or something. It's not gonna be a
that's what I'm saying. All these guys were like 6th and 7th that I said.
Yeah, it won't be.
I don't think we have anybody that we're gonna move for a high pick. No, but they're all 6th and 7th rounders that I was talking about.
Nobody.
So, all
right. Well, that was Monday. We're back. This is a good.
We're back on Mondays.
Woo! I feel like knocked the rust off a little bit. Hey guys, once again, man, we don't say it much, but like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're new to the channel. It helps the channel grow. We will be back Friday night for Friday Night Lights at 9:00. Also, Tuesday is wrestling tomorrow. Wednesday is Mafia Talk at I believe they go live at 8. And then Thursday, Thursday is Mafia Means Family, so they're back.
Okay.
So
and then Saturday, Fantasy's back.
Yeah, fantasy football's back at 2:00, and on the following week is AFC Shakedown. So we got a lot going on. So now everything's picking back up. Football season's back. Yep. Nice. You're gonna start seeing our faces more and more, and other faces, like I said. So you almost have put it this way, there'll be content almost out every day, pretty much daily.
Yep.
Because I'll be doing videos live. So get ready. This channel's growing. It's all because of you guys. Appreciate you guys. And we are out of here, man. Bills Mafia rule. And thanks a lot for everything. Go Bills. We're out of here.
Go Bills.
Am I gonna go? He could go.
Okay.